Hi, my name is Shelly Granados, and I'm from the Dallas PVA Battalion, and you're listening to Via's podcast.
Represento a mi bandera, lo grito por donde quiera. Mexicano 100% no existe ni una barrera. Mucho menos nos separa una frontera. Con papel o sin papeles, yo vivo a mi manera. No me importa en cualquier país. Si el cielo se pone negro, gris. Escuchando a Gerardo Ortiz, celebrando fiestas patrias con dos Génesis. Cantamos mariachi y en acapela. Miramos a diario con los jefes la pinche novela.
Hola amigos de Pancho Villa's Army, aquí es Sargento back with another episode of Villa's Podcast. This is episode 53. Again, I'm losing track now in the 50s, man. I mean, we're basically at the age of Coronel, so I'm trying to figure out, how to, how this feels, and it feels all right, Coronel. I mean, the 50s aren't too bad, man. So I'm looking forward to getting to your stage in life. So how's it going, Coronel?
It's going well, man. I'm seeing your beard. I'm seeing a lot of white in your beard now, bro.
It's all an illusion, dude. I actually do it. I actually go ahead and get this done professionally, man. It's a new look. You didn't know?
As soon as we get our guests coming, I want to start roasting you on your little mustache thing. You got I don't know what the hell this thing.
Well, I was telling you earlier, you're making fun of my, studio lights, and I'm like, this is not studio lights. This is like legit, construction. I'm hearing like a generator going off, and typically I'm nice and pasty, but thanks to the lights, I've got a nice little brand town, man.
It sounds good. Well, let's introduce our guests. Let's not waste any more time. I know everyone's excited. Well, I know we're excited to finally get her on after I don't know how many tries, but she's always so busy and traveling and she's freaking everywhere. Like I hit her up. Anyways, let's introduce our guest. Let's get right to it.
All right. Well, again, if you guys don't know her, I'm pretty sure you do. If you follow PVA, follow all of our members. She is all over. You see pictures of her traveling with a few of our members that we have as well. And, big part of the Dallas Battalion, but more importantly, also part of the Adelitas behind the scene. If you didn't know that. And here she is. So I want to give a round of applause to Shelly Granados.
Thank you guys for having me. Heard all about this podcast, so I'm honored to be on it. Well, a little bit about me. My name is Shelly Granados. I'm from Dallas, Texas, born and raised in Texas. I love Texas, my home. The big D, not Houston. Okay, don't get it confused. I have Mexican parents. They're from Michoacan, specifically Pátzcuaro, Michoacan. Woo woo. And that's where Rafa Marquez was born. I mean, he's from Michoacan, so all the best people are from Michoacan.
Nice.
I currently am in technical support. I work for Expedia.com, and while a lot of people think that they sponsor my travels, that is not true. I pay for them with my own paycheck, unfortunately. And if they did pay for it, I would be out more. So that's.
You get a discount? I don't mean to interrupt you. Do you get a discount at least?
Yeah, we do get a discount on hotels, so it's a nice perk. I love my job. It's a great company.
Well, as soon as I'm like, wait a minute, she's got the in. She knows like the best hotels, and
she's gonna pitch the Expedia commercial right now. Say 50, hotels and whatnot. So if any of our PVA members that are following us, for your next travel plans for Mexico, hit up Shelly.
Yeah,
you're technical support, right? So you're not really like, oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay though. You can still ask me any questions. I have people that ask me stuff when they travel, and I'm always open to help anybody out or give any tips and stuff.
I'll tell you what, you can help me out by giving me your credit card, and then there you go.
So when you say technical support, are you supporting the people at the company, or are you supporting the customers that don't know how to use the website like Coronel? That's like, how do I plug in this? What is this called? A PC? What is this called? Laptop?
Yeah, Lappy-tappy. I actually work at the hotel partner support level. So I work with Marriott's, all the big chains and all the mom and pops. I work with them as well. So I don't have any direct contact with customers, but I work with the hotel partners and I manage the live sites. So Expedia.com, hotels.com, orbits.com, Travelocity, that's all part of the same company. So if anything goes wrong on the live site, they're calling me and I'm trying to fix it.
Dang, that's crazy because a lot of times you don't think about those other jobs that we never hear about, right? Because I mean, typically you're like, oh, you think it's just one big computer that kind of does everything, and obviously life, you have actual life support, and you think about jobs and you think about like restaurants and warehouses, and you think about all kinds of different, but there's so many different things, so many different jobs out there. So that's really, really cool that you get a chance to do something different.
Yeah, it's different. A lot of people don't know that there's behind the scenes on all that. Like, I'm getting an error, and like I can see that error in the back end, and I can try to figure out why it's happening. But yeah, it's interesting.
Always good to have somebody in the house that knows how to handle technology, all right? But like it's a lot of family members calling, mija, ¿cómo hago esto? I mean, este de no sé qué, el pasties. ¿Cuál es
Yeah.
pasties? I went online, I put pasties y algo salió que no me gusta.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so other than working, I know we got dabbed a little bit into what you're working. What else do you do? What else do you do for fun? Tell us a little bit more.
I like to work out. I know it's like cliche, but I really do enjoy it. I like the outdoors, hiking, swimming, any of that stuff is really fun for me. I just adopted a dog. He's not here right now, but he's my new little project that it's taking up my time. And of course, my biggest thing is traveling. That's kind of where all my money goes to, is traveling. That's my favorite thing. I love food, I love culture, I love people, and history is really interesting to me. So that's one of my biggest hobbies.
I've seen your pictures of your dog. Is it a Great Dane?
No, he's the Weimaraner.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was. I thought it was a Great Dane. Just because my daughter just finished buying it. She bought a Great Dane, same
Oh,
color. It's like that grayish kind of a.
hmm
She also has the
Blue
turquoise.
eyes.
Yeah, the turquoise color, and it
Oh.
kind of looks like Scooby Doo, right? And I saw
Oh.
the pictures, and I was like, because Scooby Doo's a Great Dane, right? And so when I saw your picture, I'm like, wow, I think she bought a Great Dane as well. So
Yeah.
so you don't have him with you right now? Would you leave him in the car? Or
No,
what?
he's at my parents' house.
It's like a parent's thing. I'm gonna do a podcast. I gotta not get distracted by
Yeah.
him.
I was
Join.
like, Mom, I'm gonna leave him here for a little. I'll be right back.
Man, just like spoken like a true mom. Up to the club. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
No, I
hold on,
don't leave my car.
I was fact checking you, and you're correct. Yeah, Scooby Doo is a Great Dane. So you know your Scooby Doo trivia.
There you
Congratulations.
go. I almost got a Great Dane, but I just weighed out the difference between the breeds, and I think this one fits me best and my lifestyle.
Cool. Is this the only dog you've ever owned, or have
Well,
you owned more?
my family's had like family dogs that we've all, you know,
Hmm.
shared, but this is my first baby, my pet, my own dog.
Cool. You're responsible. They're responsible
That's
now.
how the parents always say. You're responsible. Now, don't be coming and asking me to help, right?
Yeah,
So,
they're
so far, how's
expensive.
it going? How's it going? Is it adjusting? Is he getting trained? Is he difficult, challenging?
He's very intelligent. That breed itself is known to be very intelligent. He's a very fast learner, and sometimes I catch myself wanting him to know more, and I have to like backtrack and be like, okay, he's barely 3 months, Shelly. Like, calm down. Yeah, but he knows a lot of tricks already. He sleeps throughout the night. He doesn't, do anything bad like potty inside the house. So I think I'm doing a good job. He keeps me on my toes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Now when you buy your travel tickets, you gotta buy two now.
I know.
find a baby or dog sitter, either one, right? Man,
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us a little. Shellys.
Shelly saw something. Yeah.
Shelly, tell us a little bit about how you became part of PVA, or like one of your first experiences with PVA at a Mexico game, or where you. Let's start with your fandom for Mexico. Like, where did it start?
Well, I played soccer throughout my life, kind of just to bond with my dad because it was like me and my brother. We were the older siblings. So my brother was in soccer, and I was like, I want to be in soccer. And so then I'd have something to talk about with my dad. So I played soccer all throughout high school. I'm a defensive player, and my dad used to watch the Mexico team. And so I would watch games with him. And of course, Morelia, that's who we went for, Monarcas. That team is gone now, but that was our team. And so I got into the Liga MX and a little bit with my dad, and then the national team through him as well. And my favorite player was Rafa Marquez, so I was a big Marquez fan. Still am. I followed him through when he was in the MLS with the New York Red Bulls. I watched him do that too. And so then I just kind of got into soccer myself, and I started going to games when they would come here in Dallas. I remember my last game before I actually joined PVA was here at the AT&T Stadium against Argentina. It was Mexico versus Argentina, and we were almost winning.
Yeah,
And
I remember.
then they put
Great.
Messi in the last like 10 minutes, and I was just like, I'm gonna go now. Yeah.
That's definitely-
It was a really sad game, but that was the last game I went just like as a fan. And then in 2016, late 2016, um, my boyfriend at the time was part of PVA, and he was like, "Let's go to Houston, like meet with the PVA family." And I didn't really know much about it. And I was like, "Okay." We went to Houston to watch a game, and it was a really fun experience. Just the people, the love for soccer, and the love for the Mexican culture, and that really just hit me close to home. And I was like, wow, I have like a family that, has that passion and love for Mexico that I do. And now I can share it with these people, and we can like cheer together and cry together and watch games together. So that was my first time meeting like PVA family. Serge was there too from Austin, so I got to meet him there. I don't know if you were there, Rich. I
Yeah,
think.
I was. If I remember correctly, that was the day it was like super hot, like
Yeah,
outside. It was like dead ass, like
yeah.
because it was fucking hot. I mean, if I remember correctly, God, the humidity was just, it was terrible, bro.
That's
Like,
Houston all the time. That's like,
everybody coming from Phoenix was like, what the fuck is going on? Because this thing is terrible here in Houston. So, I definitely, yes, I remember meeting you, but there was so
mhm,
many people from Florida, people from California. There were, dude, it was a blast. It was a super, super blast. So that's
super
really,
fun
really
time.
cool. And you mentioned that, obviously you got a chance to have another family to cheer together, to go to games together. But not only that, but to travel together, because now, I mean, as you notice with the pandemic going on, we had, well, I wasn't there, unfortunately, but they had a Friendsgiving in Houston, right?
Yeah.
They just say, hey, you know what? We need to break out of our shell. We've got to get out there. We've got to, we miss each other, right? We all miss
Mhm.
each other. And everybody went. I mean, it was a lot of people, right, Shelly? A lot of people that went out there.
Yeah.
How many people, where were they coming from? Like, do you remember what cities?
Well, a lot of my friends from LA came out
Mhm.
here. We drove from Dallas to Houston, so we had some people from Arizona and
I think those cities.
Colorado, Denver.
Hey,
Yeah, we had.
you want to know the cool thing about that is they planned this trip, right? And then Mexico announces, "Hey, we're going to play on that Saturday." So it just so happened that they were able to get together for a watch party, and that was super cool.
The
I thought
stars
that
align right there, man. The stars align. That's amazing.
Yes,
Who
it was like old times.
who planned it, Shelly? Who had the idea? Who's the one that initiated all that? You know?
Shout out Gancho Gang.
Oh, okay, okay,
oh,
okay.
Yeah, well, a lot of the captains from Houston got together with a lot of the team members, and just talked about having a Friendsgiving, and then it kind of just trickled out to everyone, and whoever wanted to come was invited, and we got a head count, had a really nice dinner to ourselves in our own little room. The bar that we were at where we watched the game was also secluded. It was, they knew the owner, so it was very much just for us. So I didn't feel unsafe or anything. We didn't try to go too crazy over there. But it was a really fun time. And I mean, I made it out because my friends were coming out from out of town. So definitely 3 hour drive was not bad.
especially if it's a 3 hour drive with people you like, right? And it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
the 3 hours go like that. Man, I took a drive from Phoenix to LA with Z, the most freaking boring ride you'll ever imagine. I was trying to spark a conversation, and he does like he puts on his glasses, and he does like this old like this dad, make sure you put your seatbelt on, and checking the mirrors, and I'm like, dude, just fucking turn on the car, let's go. He's like, are you in? Let's go. But I was like the most.
I remember someone so totally different. It was like driving Miss Daisy behind me, going there complaining about everything. It's too hot on the AC, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna take turns driving. Conor's like, I don't drive. You guys drive me. He's like, I'm like a chauffeur, dude. This guy's like a celebrity, dude.
Rich is like, "Are we there yet?" type of guy.
I put him in my car. He's like, where's my limo? Like, this is not the car that I ordered. I'm like, dude, what the hell, bro?
He was up in a Yukon, and I'm like, is this where we're going in? Like, really? Like, it was a 20. It was like a 20. What year was that? Like 2017. It
Yeah.
was like a brand new Yukon. I'm like really? Is this? Fine, I
He's
guess.
like, you guys stock everything. You didn't upgrade. You didn't get brims. I mean, what kind of systems do you have? I mean, dude, it was driving Miss Daisy, man.
Yeah, but I mean, but traveling is super super fun. And again, one of the big thing, the unique thing about you, Shelly, is that you travel,
Mhm.
and your handle name on your Instagram. Where did you come up with that name? I think it's a cool name.
Thank you. I actually went through a couple of different names, but I ended up picking that one because a lot of them were taken. Just kind of like my nickname. A lot of people call me Shells. So I just put that with Adrift because I'm in, drifting and exploring. I'm always on the go. So Shells Adrift is my Instagram handle. And I have all my traveling pictures there. I include a bit of food from where I go, but also from here in Dallas, just I like to eat, so I'm a foodie, so I like to include that in there too.
I've noticed
Um,
a pattern with a lot of our members, right, Rich? Like, then not only do they love to travel, they like to go first of all the selección and the passion, but then you add food into the mix. I mean, dude, honestly, every time I see that, I just like, I mean, are you guys just torturing us? Because like I want that. Like, and I'm gonna go and pull out my app, or where am I gonna find food? Because I'm hungry.
we're just living our best life.
I actually need to cut down on the food, bro. I really need to cut down on the food. And Shell, you just recently took a trip, and I even hit her up. I'm like, where are you? Like, what? Like, where is this? And was it Cozumel? No.
No, it was at Playa del Carmen, yes.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Because I'm like, because you went, she had some pictures of like caves and underneath, just water, and
Oh,
I'm like, whoa, dude, that's super cool. And I didn't even, I don't think I've ever seen pictures like that. You know what I mean? So I thought that was super, super cool.
yeah, follow her handle, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there, and I think the cool thing is, for me, anybody who travels, I learn from, right? Like I like, hey, what did you, what do you recommend, right? What do you recommend we do? How do we stay? I mean, even some places that are like, especially not familiar that we're familiar with, right? Because Mexico, I guess a lot of us are very familiar with certain parts, especially where we grew up. But then you
Right.
talk about countries that we're not familiar with, like, hey, what to watch out for? So, Shelly, is there anything that you recommend going into a different country? Because some of us want to get there one day. What do you recommend? Because there's you got to be careful sometimes.
One of the biggest things I'm also currently enrolled in university, and I'm studying linguistics because I also love languages. I know a little bit of Portuguese, obviously Spanish and English, and I try to pick up other languages here and there. One of the biggest things for me is when I travel to places like Italy, when I went to China especially, I try to learn a little bit of sayings or phrases that I could use when I was there. Just because you never know if anyone is going to know English. And sometimes the locals are the ones that know the best places to go and what to avoid. So you kind of want to be able to have some type of conversation with them. So when I traveled to China and I went to the capital of China, which I thought, okay, they'll know English. Well, yeah, to my surprise, no. A lot of the Uber drivers or taxi drivers, all Chinese, all yeah, it was kind of scary at first, but it was easy to communicate through them because we did have maps. And like, I want to go here. How much? And like, just talking to them like that. So I think that's one of the biggest things. If you go anywhere that's a lot different, where you don't know if the language will be something that matches you, try to learn a little bit of their phrasing or just something that you can understand and easily have a conversation. There's also apps that like translate. I think Google Translate does that very well. So that's a good app to
What's
to
I think that the words you want to look for is, are you going to kidnap me, right? you know,
No, I think we asked for cold beer. That was the first thing.
cold beer. Okay, but like,
Definitely
yes.
need that.
Yes.
Yes. Lord. That's kind of cool. I mean, at least, I think I would be terrified. Maybe like going to Japan or China, maybe even Germany, just because it's completely obviously out of our realm.
Right.
I mean, you can get away with Portuguese, Italy, because there's some
Yeah.
Mhm.
similarities. Obviously, the Spanish can kind of make things out. But dude, can you imagine? I would be completely lost. I'd be terrified. But one of the cool places I would love to visit would be Japan. Have you ever had a chance to go to Japan?
I actually wanted to go last year, but then all of this happened, so it didn't end up happening.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm already thinking about the food there too, man. Oh, dude, like
Yes.
really good sushi, like ramen. Ah, no manches, dude.
Some bat soup.
Some
No.
bats. No, that's
Bat,
in China.
China. My bad. Eat some good stuff. How
Oh
many how
my
many
god.
places how many places would you say you visited, Shell?
I'm looking at my map here. I visited a lot. I have to like count them. I've been to Peru, Costa Rica, Cuba, Puerto Rico, obviously Mexico. I've been to Italy. I've been to Spain. I've been to France. I've been to China. Am I missing anything?
Wow.
I think that's it.
That's
Like about 9.
I like her list, Coronel. She's like, oh, I wasn't prepared. Let me look at my list here. Okay, so
I have a map with
she
like
has a
pictures of, like,
teleprompter kind of going, and she's just reading off of it.
but
No,
that's super cool because I mean, again, I was always brought up with go to work, just work. Don't even go to school, just go to work. That's just kind of typically first generation Mexican American. My parents are Mexican, and they're like, just work, get married, have kids, die. And I'm like, okay. And then I met PVA, right? And then we started, I was like, okay, I'm going to travel to this game. I'm going to go to this game. And I started traveling a lot more. So from the time I started with PVA from 2013 to like now, I mean, I thank God that I have the chance to travel, right? Because a lot of people can't, or, sometimes you just can't travel. And I mean, we're traveling obviously to all the cities that Mexico plays in.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, this is one thing that if I could pass anything down to anyone or any advice, my advice would be travel because I started way too late in life to doing this. And now I want to do more. And it's not just like getting out and partying, but you get to see different cultures, cities, and just super, super cool. Super, super cool. And that's one advice that I would give to anybody who just hit 18, travel. And for single people, I would say, go get a job in like Cancun or Acapulco and one of these fancy resorts because you got some sugar mamas coming in there and you get some sugar daddies coming in there. You know what I'm saying? And so and you're gonna need to they're gonna pay you and they're gonna
have a
you
good
get to
time.
live out on the resort. So that's definitely something I would.
It's funny you mentioned, but I was thinking when I was growing up too, dude. I remember same thing with my parents. I mean, our vacations were literally maybe go to like I don't know, somewhere close by, maybe a Mexico, right? Maybe a Mexico. But then you have all these friends that I grew up that they would take family trips, and you're just like, where are you guys? Well, we just came back from Italy as a family, and I'm like, what? Like I'm just like that. This seemed like weird to me. I'm like, what? Well, how do they do this? Like, what do they have that we don't have, right? But our parents were all about that work. Right? Work with dinero, yeah. But work, raise our kids, all this stuff. They were just trying to make ends meet, right? But then now we have the luxury, like, we're all grown up. We have, we have our careers and maybe have that mindset, but now it's starting to shift. And like, Shelly and Coronel and myself, it's never too late, right? Hey, go ahead and travel, man. Do it. Save up, do it, do your research and enjoy the moment. Don't just sit there and stay in your resort or your hotel. Go out and explore.
Exactly. Yes. I agree with all that. I try to encourage all my friends. And I mean, I sometimes even spot people firsthand and I'm like, I'll pay for it this like right now if you don't have the money and then just pay me back in payments or pay me back later. Like there's no interest or anything. I just want everyone to be able to experience what I experienced. And it's like so nice too because I got the opportunity to take my mom to the beach. And when she was little, obviously, like she's from a rancho, like they don't go to beaches and stuff. So I took her to California and like that was like a big thing for her. I took her to like she was like a little kid. I took her like Hollywood and Universal Studios and she was like, "Oh my God, like walk down Hollywood." I know for us it's like whatever, but for them it was like a really cool thing. And then last year for my birthday, I took a trip with my family and I took my sister and my mom to Taos, New Mexico, and we went skiing. And like my mom had never seen that much snow in her life, and she was just like having the best time. And I was like, that was the best gift for me. Like nothing can beat that for me. So I like traveling and I like encouraging other people to travel. So I'm with you, Rich. Like people think you have to be rich to to travel, but you really don't. Just like I don't buy luxury items. I guess that's just me. I don't buy luxury items. I'm like a salesperson. I'm a coupon person. My car is like 2014 Nissan Rogue. Love it. I'm gonna drive that until it crashes and burns. Like I don't need all the luxury in life. Like memories are what you're gonna take with you in your afterlife. At least I hope. And that's what you can share with other people. So I'd rather spend my money on that than other stuff.
Nice.
I agree 100%.
Don't get on me for that Tahoe, man. Again, dude,
It's
experiences, and it was experience me driving you around. Just remember that memory
That's
forever.
a memory you will share.
and again, the memories and your family. I think that especially now with everything that's going on nowadays, I think we start to appreciate that a lot more. And if you don't appreciate it, then you need to check yourself.
Get on it.
Because we had one of our past guests, El Charro Azteca. Again, I keep talking about it because I listen to this podcast, and he just has a lot of great words of advice. And he's just like, hey, the things that are important to you, you better correct now, because in the future they're going to end up, they're not going to matter. And it's funny because I was listening to a speech by Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington said, let me see, don't get on me if I get this wrong, but he says you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. Like, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, meaning you can have all the luxury things in the world, but when you die, you're not taking it with you. You know what I mean? You're not taking it with you. So, never seen a hearse with a luggage rack. You know what I mean? So it's those memories, and that's what matters. That's what matters, definitely.
All right. So yes, I'll give you got the essence, man. Congrats. Yeah, you did good job. So it said you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you have. What matters is what you do with what you have. So good job.
Wise words, Denzel Washington.
But you know what? Who's even better than Denzel Washington and gets around? And I honestly think he's a time traveler, because this gentleman has been all over, and there's proof now. Like, we're seeing this gentleman, and you probably know who I'm talking about, Coronel. I think he's kind of like, he's kind of your age, so maybe you know who he is.
Oh Lord.
So you guys have been seeing, right? Look at this, dude. Of course, Bernie Sanders, right? He's everywhere, dude. I think this one's been popular within our gente, dude. I think even PVA posted this one.
Yes.
The guy is legit. He was there when the Virgen de Guadalupe, came to Juan Diego. He saw it, and he has a serape to prove it, right?
Dude, the people are so quick. They're so good at these memes. This was the first meme. I was watching the inauguration, obviously, and then as soon as I started. And I swear, as soon as they pictured him, that thing was on social media, and that was the first meme that I saw.
He broke the internet this week, right? This whole past week, dude. There's people like, I was just gonna show you a glimpse of what's out there, man. There's so much, right? Look at this. He was part of this. I didn't even know. I think it was cropped. When I saw the original, he was cropped out. Like, there's a real picture of him on the roof. The Beatles. I think he was even the fifth Beatle. And again, they didn't give him credit.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening to us on iTunes or Spotify, go over to the YouTube channel and just watch the videos, and you can see all these memes of Burnzo, my man Burnzo, man. He's in movies, Hollywood movies. I don't know. He doesn't get a break. He doesn't get the presidency. He doesn't get the credit in the movies. The movie that I did not know he was in, and I think he got replaced by Arnold. I think he was better than Arnold. Was this one, right? I think it was called True Lies. He was there, but it's crazy. He was cast, but he was also cast in like our movies that we grew up, like Stand and Deliver. He was in that movie. I didn't know he was in Stand and Deliver. Of course, Blood In, Blood Out. We talk about Putos. He was in that as well, right? And I think this weekend he actually won a UFC match. So come on, dude. Like, this is insane, right? Absolutely.
And then Silvana even joined. Silvana Salcida Esparza, chef. She even said this, that he was out there too, when But I think the biggest kicker though is that they even made like crochet Bernie. Like, they actually.
Oh, this is awesome, bro.
I would pay good for this, dude, to put him there, in front of my lawn. Just kind of like, get out my lawn.
Dude, he needs to get a cut. He needs to get a cut of these. He needs to get some royalties.
Right?
He can travel. Well, he's obviously been traveling.
World traveler.
Yep. World traveler.
Man, so back to the memes thing, man. That's insane how people jump quick to those type of things, man. And when news breaks, there's just people out there ready on the dot to put this stuff. And speaking of news, I know earlier, Shelly, you said you were a Morelia fan, and we had, Repucha here. He was a big supporter as well. Mm-hmm. Of course, he didn't take the news well, but he was still, had the, the illusion, or had the positive that they're going to still keep a team, and they still have one, but it's not Liga MX anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
How did your family take that news? Was it like surreal? Did they not believe it was true? What happened when you guys heard about it?
Well, my dad was pretty upset because he's been following that team all his life. And my mom was just like, man, why do they always have to take the nice stuff from us?
Yeah.
Like we had a team and now we don't. Now we're one of those states without a team. It's like, oh, so are you guys gonna be America or Chiva fans now? And I'm like, no.
Hell no.
Heck no.
No, but I mean, like you think about like Morelia. I mean, it's like Guadalajara, La Ciudad. You know, because La Ciudad's got Pumas, Cruz Azul, and obviously America, Chivas, and you got Chivas and Atlas in Guadalajara. But Morelia, I mean, Rafa Marquez is from there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's
And El
important.
Buki.
Yeah, there you go. It's important, right? It's important. It's important to a lot of people, and to not have a team there is kind of like it does suck. It is a bummer. It is a bummer. But I mean, they got that other team there going now, so they'll probably end up getting up to into the Liga MX. So hopefully that'll happen soon.
I hope they do back, man. They have a good history, right? A good history. They have a long history, and it was just a sad deal, man, to see that. You know, again, I have family there as well, so you know they took the news not so well, but you know there's still hope, Shelly. There's still hope.
Yes.
You know.
I know.
But in the meantime, we'll gladly take you as a Chivas fan for now, if you want to just kind of.
I'm like, should I pull out my Chivas jersey that I was gifted?
Oh hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. You see?
I see it. I knew it. She's like, but I mean, I know there's a little bit of room there for Chivas somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, should we play the game? I have a game that we want to play with Shelly here. I like to go ahead and move into this because again, we want to first of all want to share some of the photos from your travel, but at the same time, let's have a little bit of fun with it, right? So the game I want to play with Shelly, and what I want you to do is, as I'm showing these images, I want you to find somebody for me. All right. So it's called "Where is Bernie?" Because Bernie also was in your travels. Apparently, he's also well traveled. So I want you to look closely where he's at, and I'll give you about 10 seconds. There's plenty of time to find him. And as soon as you find him, just call it out, and then you'll get a point. Cool enough. So it's just like, where's Waldo, but where's Bernie? Where's it? Don't say Theo Bernie. Cool?
Yes.
Theo
Bernie. All right, here we go, Shelly. First one. This is, I think this is your China trip, right?
Waiting for it to come on my screen.
Oh, okay. Well, the 10 seconds are up, so you already lost a point. No. Let's go back. Maybe refresh here for you.
Come on, production.
Are you seeing it, Coronel, or no?
I'm seeing it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Maybe it's just moving.
So don't blame me, Coronel. It's always my fault.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now I see it. Okay.
Now.
Yes. I cannot see
it helps if you close your eyes for a second and then go again.
I see it. He's on the stairs.
All right, that was like 9 seconds. You just had it. Right? Like, I know she was looking all over like, where is
I
he?
cannot see him.
All right, next one. Ready?
Okay.
All right, don't tell her, Conan. You're about to tell her. No. All right. Oh, so that was that in China?
Yes, it was in China. It was
the Red
Palace. Yeah.
All right, next one. This is definitely the Coliseum. All right, here we go.
Hey, the Rosa.
You want to take a look at the glasses. Sometimes inside the reflection of the glasses, you'll see it. No? 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on, Shelly. He's right
What?
there. He's in the arch.
Oh!
I think
Why am I so bad at this?
No, I think it's Z's production because I'm seeing it right here. It's delayed a little bit, so I don't know what. I'm gonna give Shelly the point because the production is just terrible. So we're gonna give her that.
Next one. So that is definitely in Rome, right? It's in the Coliseum.
Yes.
All right, next one. Here we go, Shelly. So where is this? That's Machu Picchu, no?
It's in Peru, yeah.
All right, we got 10 seconds on the clock.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, go ahead and phone a friend.
I'm gonna phone Rich.
There you go.
Where is
Yeah, is it not? Is the image not coming up?
No, it's like loading. I don't know why.
Hey,
Are you changing it?
Yeah.
I've got a friend in tech support.
I can help.
Not me, apparently.
Oh,
He's in the reflection of your glasses. Look at your sunglasses.
Oh. Okay, yeah, now I see. How do-
And I'm also playing a trick on you the whole time. Actually,
You are, right?
I've been showing the image without him, and then I pop it in.
I thought I was going crazy. I was like, no way. No way. I did
All right,
not
this
do
one
that
I'm gonna
there.
pop him up quickly for you, okay? So you'll be right there. All right, he's right there. Where is he?
It didn't change on my side.
Uh oh. Coronel, where is he at? He's gonna be your.
He's up on the balcony.
He's up on the balcony taking a look at it, going, "Hey, what is she doing?"
He's peeking. He's a peeking Tom.
He's
Peeking
a
Tom.
he's a peep.
Oh no.
Where is?
Yeah, where is this?
It's not loading on my side, so I'm not sure what you guys are looking
So it
at.
looks like a big old. I mean, I guess we can't describe it to you, huh? So
Italy, maybe?
it's like a bunch
does
of
it look like?
colors. It's like a street that you're all alone, and your shirt says, "Is it say blank or what does it say?"
Oh yeah, that's in Colombia.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I can see
It's
that.
it's a little town where basically all the houses are colorful, and then they have like, if the house where they were made bread, they had like little bread stamps. If they like sold flowers, they had like little flower stamps, and like every household had their job, and their job was reflected in their home, outside their home.
That's really
yeah.
clean too, man. Look how clean those streets are, dude.
Yeah, very clean. Actually, a lot of the narcos had their houses there in that.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
there's a lake there, and so we got a little narco tourism tour.
Oh, dang.
Damn, this is where so and so was at, right?
And
That's-
Rodriguez too, from Colombia team. What's his name?
Honest?
Yeah, James. He lives there too. He has a home there.
So it's like a high-end place.
It's a small town actually. They're known for un peñón. They have it's a big rock.
Mhm.
I had a picture of it on my stuff, but it's a big rock, and it's like 700 steps that you have to go up, and then you're like at the top of it, and it's like massive, and it's crazy. But yeah,
Hey.
it's nice.
All right, this one's definitely the Great Wall of China. So it's definitely there. Coronel, do you see him?
I do see him.
He's in the middle. He's in the middle. He's sitting down watching Shelly from behind. That's
That's creepy.
always creepy. Yeah. So the Great Wall is that as massive as I think it is? Because people say that they see it from the satellite, right? Is it really that amount? You know.
It's
big?
yeah, it's pretty big. It's very tall. It's a tall structure, and it's very long. As far as width-wise, it's probably like 2 streets, like a two lane type of width. So it's not that wide, but it was definitely something crazy to experience. It was breathtaking for sure. You read about it, you're told about it in history, and then you're there. You're like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a place I would like to check out one day as well. I imagine there's were you there with like a tour guide or just kind of your own or tour guide?
with the tour guide up to where you start. You have to take like what are those things called? Like a ski lift type vibes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you take one of those, and then you have free time by yourself, and you can just roam around it and walk. They give you like 2-3 hours, because you can definitely get lost. in there.
Did you try to take a break at least, kind of like as a memento?
No,
Takes a break and oh shit. Oh,
heck no, I don't want to be stuck in China. Are you crazy? I did not want to break any laws. I was like, I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
sir.
yeah,
they're like dead. Yeah, they're dead as serious over
I
there.
think
man.
going through customs, dude. Like, where'd you get this? The Great Wall. Not big deal.
They're like, I'm just staying here.
Yeah.
All right. So this
Yep.
one here is definitely a PVA event. I don't know where this one was taken. Coronel, maybe you know where it's been taken. It's hard to tell. I just don't know based on the surroundings. But basically, it's a lot of the Adelitas together. It looks like all the Adelitas, and there's a gap between you and who's next to her, next to Shelly right here.
Rosa.
What?
Rosa.
Rosa, yes, from Peru. There's a gap here. Like I think there's someone that should be sitting there, and I think that would burn in between you guys. There you go.
Nice. I think this was the Dallas game of. Yeah, that's Dallas.
Definitely Dallas.
Oh, okay, the Dallas trip. Okay, yeah, that was a cool photo. I love that photo. It's one of my, there's definitely a gap there. I think you guys purposely photoshopped Bernie out.
We
He
wanted
was-
Bernie in there.
Yeah, you're like we don't want him in there. But that photo reminds me of another photo, kind of that one that we saw earlier from Blood In, Blood Out. Very similar, just posing, bunch of cholas, about to go, hey, all right, this last one's pretty cool because it feels like it wasn't a Friendsgiving, but again, it seems like you guys were, again, some members just having, lunch or dinner, and then Bernie was just in the back there just watching you guys. Just like, hey, I'm the head of the table. You guys just, talking amongst you, right?
Yes. That is awesome. He's picking up the bill.
Yeah. Talking talk shit. All right, man. Well, I don't know. Shelly, we're gonna give you some points. Go ahead. What's her total points? What did you tally there?
I did bad.
I give her a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Wow, you're so nice, dude. Yeah, you're like that. You're like that judge from Mexico judging on a Mexican athlete. I like that same thing I would do.
Yes, of course. Okay, no, 10 out of 10 because the production, the internet speed it wasn't loading. There's a lot of variables. We went to the VAR and after further review,
shout out Rich.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Hey, but isn't that true though, dude? What is it about the Mexican judges? If there's a Mexicano in the performing, we're like, oh, we're pulling for him or her, right? We like to give them a
Hey, I get a 10 out of 10 for knowing what my pictures look like, so I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, exactly. She knows She knows what shirt she was wearing where and everything.
Exactly.
She's like, that's Colombia. I'm like, okay. Well, she knows her stuff.
Nice.
All right. We'll give it to you. Congratulations, Shelly.
Thank you.
You know where Bernie is at. So cool stuff, man. So yeah, Coronel, any other any other things that we want to talk about that you have, any current news or anything you have that we want to tap into, man, before
let's talk a little bit about current news. And we kind of got into it. I've been getting into it with a lot of people about this, not necessarily into it. So let me ask you a question, Shell.
Mm-hmm.
There was a game between America and Monterrey, right? And obviously we're in the age of COVID. So apparently a couple players, well, I think that was almost like the entire team of Monterrey was infected with coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And they either failed to let both team know or the federation know, whatever. Anyways, so some America players have gotten infected too, including Guillermo Ochoa, Memo Ochoa. So the question is, a lot of people are saying that Monterrey was irresponsible in I guess telling the news or reporting or for whatever reason or allowing these players to play while they were infected. So my question to you, Anzi, I'm going to ask the panel, what do you think? Are you familiar with the story with Monterrey and having infected players and letting them play? I don't know. I don't really believe everything the media says, but what are your thoughts on that? Because I will tell you what I think. I think that even though they want to blame Monterrey, I don't blame Monterrey at all. I blame the league because in my opinion, they shouldn't be playing period at all. So it's like if you go somewhere, like you go to to dinner or go out to a restaurant. And my point is, you go out to a restaurant. Well, you're going out to a restaurant during a pandemic. You're risking it. You know what might happen. And then if someone doesn't wash, the example I used on Twitter was just dumb, right? But the waitress doesn't wash her hands, and then she infects you, and then you're thinking, oh, she's irresponsible because she didn't wash her hands. No, you're responsible because you should have stayed your ass at home. Mm-hmm. And the restaurant is irresponsible. Well, I know they want to try to make money. They got to try to make a living. I get it, right? But I mean, I think they're both irresponsible because I don't think they should have been playing anyway. I don't think the game should be playing at all. Even though I'd love to watch it, I don't think they'd be playing because we're in the middle of a pandemic. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you. The source of blame should be higher up than the players. I mean, the players, yeah, but I'm sure they have pressure. They're pressured to play, obviously. That's how they get paid. But I think the league could do better at isolating them, kind of like the NBA did, the whole bubble situation. I thought that was perfect, and getting tested before games. I mean, I'm a Mavs fan, and we've had situations where our players couldn't play because they failed to take their test or they were testing positive. And of course, for the safety of everyone, they either canceled the game or they took those people out of that game. And, it might have been a loss, but at the end of the day, it's causing people not to get infected. So I think, people love sports, and I'm sure we were all going crazy not being able to watch soccer, any sports at all, actually, during the pandemic. So yes, I agree. Everyone should be safe and everything, but I do think they make so much money. They could literally put them all in the house and just be like, stay here, don't go out till you play your games and test everyone. It's just my opinion.
That's reality TV show gold right there. They miss that opportunity. How many reality TV shows they stay in a house,
Right.
and drama happens, right? Like who are you gonna form alliances with? Who are you gonna back? I think that dude, opportunity lost. I mean, great. How about a great TV, more sponsors? Man, Coronel, let's page this right now. Let's go have Liga MX on the speed dial. Let's call them.
Dude, that is a fabulous idea. Because think about it, right? You're doing, let's say, the NBA, right? And you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, huge Dallas Mavericks fan. So obviously you've got everybody in a bubble. They're all staying at the same place, no outside communication, whatever. Kind of like the Ex-Lone with Claudia. But, what you call it? You keep everybody in a bubble, but it's almost like a Big Brother. What's that movie? What's that MTV show? What's it called?
Real World.
Yeah, so we're real with the Dallas Mavericks. And, like you said, who's who and this guy and that guy and all the drama. So, dude, that's money right there. I would pay to see that shit. I'm
sure to see our favorite athlete. Do you imagine like Guignac and his team, and Enrique and Tuca coming and yelling at him like a mean, house dad.
Yeah.
And smoking and getting another penalty for smoking on the field. Dude, that guy, I'll pay for that, dude. That's some good money, dude. I can imagine even like the Chivas at Chofis just kind of sitting there like a spoiled brat, like I'm good. I don't want to do nothing. Comiendo pinche tacos and burritos, right? Yeah, it's up. But to your point, Coronel, I think there's two things, right? Yeah, the league's responsible, but I think even the players are. But we're dealing with human beings, dude. We're all gonna mess up, and it's hard to control people if you don't have legit guidelines and structure and really hash this out. People are gonna break the rules, dude. Even the NFL, even though they think they have their stuff together, even their players got COVID, right? And it wasn't to the extent that we're seeing like Liga MX right now. It's starting to blow up. You're seeing it like every week now. It comes down to that. It's the rules, sticking to them, but also you're dealing with human beings. So how are you gonna control them if you don't put those strict rules?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I just think it's a higher up. It's a higher problem. They're the irresponsible ones, not, and everyone's got their own responsibility. Even us, like I said, even us, nos confiamos entre, estás con tu familia en tu casa y dices, no, pues es mi familia, pues te quitas la máscara, pero tu familia va a trabajar. They go to work and they get in contact with somebody. Yeah, there's no face to this thing. There's no face.
I think what happens is that people start to get se confía, right? Like you start to get, you start to let down your guard. I've had, I'll be honest with you, I've had that a few times, and I go back, I'm like, dude, I could have got something, right? Because we let our guard down, we get too confident. You kind of feel like, is it I mean, you never know, right? You start to feel that. So I think that's a lot of it. People start to confía.
Yeah. But anyway, so moving on and changing topics. I think we're talking about confidence, right? Everyone's kind of like letting their guard down. I think you let your guard down with that mustache.
You just tell us you can't do this, bro. What?
It's like I want to get my skateboard and just zoom, zoom.
Hey, I made a bold choice. I grew it out. I was like, let's go for it. And here it is, man. This is the new branding. You're going to see this now, dude. I'm going to have a cartoon with this. Watch out.
He's getting into character, okay? It's the Villa's podcast, so you're going to have the Villa mustache.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a commitment. Let's give him a round of applause for the commitment.
Are you putting anything on it? Like,
yeah, it's wax. It's mustache.
Tres flores.
Tres flores. It smells good.
El de gorilla gel.
Oh yeah, el moco
de gorilla.
Oh, de gorilla.
Oh,
so speaking of branding, I mean, Shelly, let's wrap up with talking about the Adelitas. You are definitely one of the big, behind the scenes voices and creators of the social media side and just everything that we have going on. I'm gonna pull up the Instagram page first, but tell us a little bit about how the Adelitas got started, of PVA, and tell us about what you want to accomplish with it, what your goal is.
Well, I wasn't one of the original creators. Actually, I think it started with, I'm not sure exactly who was running it before, but I kind of joined in later when nobody was really taking care of it. Nobody was really doing much with it. So me and another member of Dallas PVA, her name's Tanya, She's great. She does a lot of marketing and stuff on her own. So she was like, hey, let's revamp it. Let's get the ladies involved. Let's, update the social media and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'll help. And so we actually got a logo made for Adelitas through her cousin who does like graphic design. We came out with this logo, which I'm wearing on the shirt, Adelitas. And we just really want to encourage the women that obviously watch the sport, whether you're joining your husband, going by yourself, whatever, just to be part of this community. We are very pro women, positive towards women, and we just want to show out that there are women fans out there that know about soccer and that are fans, just so that they get their representation as well.
Oh, that is super, super cool. You know what I'm going to do, Z? I'm going to talk to Serge and let's do a contest for PVA Adelitas. Maybe we'll give away some shirts, or we've got some other merchandise. I think that would be really, really cool. Submitting your photo, the photo with the most likes or something like that. I think I think Shelly will I'll send you a message and we'll kind of we'll touch base with Tanya and we'll run a contest on that. We'll run a contest and,
with this episode, right? Like, hey, whoever, shares it or something, and then, they can join and hear the story, right? Shelly's story and the Adelitas, but at the same time, get some participation and some activity.
Definitely. Let's get that going. So we'll definitely get that going. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. So Shelly, tell us what's new with you? Do you have any projects, anything you're working on, anything that you have a vision of maybe one day, right? We like to talk about, just goals that we want to accomplish. So whether it's a travel place that you want to go to that you've been eyeing or something within PVA, I mean, just anything. What do you have going on? What's some projects?
Well, this year with COVID and everything, I'm not sure how much travel I'm going to get to go. My biggest thing, with traveling, there's kind of a theme to it, is I am trying to see all 7 wonders. I'm missing 3. So that was kind of my plan last year, but hopefully I can get to 1 this year, like Brazil. Is probably looking like could happen before the others. The other would be Taj Mahal in India or Petra in Jordan. So those might be a little bit farther reach, especially with the new laws with international travel. But I definitely want to get another world wonder under my belt this year, if possible. That would be really fun for me. Career-wise, I'm just working. I'm trying to get my degree while I'm working full time. So I'm just focusing a lot on that and my little project, Luca, my baby.
Oh, Luca, named it after the player.
After Luca, yep. From the Mavs. Go Mavs!
Go Spurs!
Boo!
Well, that's awesome. Well, the good thing, Shelly, is that you met the 8th wonder of the world, which is Coronel. So, Coronel, any final thoughts? Anything to close us out with that you want to share, or anything going on in your world?
No, absolutely. Just again, try to keep safe, guys. Thank you very much, Shelly, for joining the show. I think that's a super, super cool goal to have. For traveling. I've never thought about that. Seeing the 7 wonders, I mean, that's just it's a goal, right? Because once you accomplish that, you can be like, hey, well, now I'm gonna see the largest rivers or whatever, right? Whatever your travel roads take you. But that's a super, super cool. And right now when you mention, I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. I would love to do that. I never thought about it. And after following you and seeing a lot of your pictures, I never would have guessed that's one of your, because you went to Sphinx to Egypt, right?
I haven't gone to Egypt yet.
No, isn't
I've
Egypt?
gone to, this is like they changed, so these are like the original ones. So Chichen Itza is one, Machu Picchu is another, the Colosseum, the Great Wall of China, and then there's Petra, the Taj Mahal, and then the Cristo in yeah. But I mean, I'm not just solely doing those. I've gone to see several ruins. I love seeing ruins. I've gone to Paris, the Eiffel Tower. I think that's really great. The architecture is really, I would consider that semi like newer wonder, of this lifetime. But yeah, in between those, I see other great stuff too.
Super, super cool, guys. Have goals, guys. Have goals.
Yes,
yeah, we can't wait to follow that and see that, see when you actually accomplish those. I see you posting on those. I definitely want to celebrate that, right? Like, oh my gosh, she finally did it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you have any shout outs for any members? Anybody you want to say hi to? Anybody you haven't seen in a while?
I mean, I want to give a shout out to Gancho Gang first and foremost. I love you guys. Y'all are crazy. And all of everybody from PVA, all my friends in Arkansas, Denver, Phoenix, CC, hi. And California, obviously LA. I'm with LA people, El Paso people. Ooh, they're crazy. They're wild. I love them. And Houston, of course. So yeah, anybody that I've met and haven't seen, I love you guys. I hope to see everyone soon.
Thank you, Shelly, so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, share your story. I'm confident you inspired a lot of members to, start thinking about, things that they can start adding to their list, right? Their wish list or travel, whether it's watching the 7 Wonders. And, I get the pleasure of seeing the 8th Wonder with Coronel every single time. But, the other 7 would be okay to watch, I guess. But I mean, that's him. But no, thank you again. And again, this is always fun, right? We get to bring our members down and talk about their passions and what they're doing. Plus, we get to know more about Las Adelitas. And again, we want to make sure we continue to grow that community. But thanks again. And Coronel, thank you again for taking this time to jump on. But we have more episodes this year. Keep following us. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell and just follow us every single time we have something out there. So thank you so much. Hasta la próxima, amigos.
Don Vicente un chingón para cantar, Jimmy humilde que historia para contar y hay un chingo de estrellas difícil para terminar y la banda norteño nos enfiestamos, son las 3 de la mañana y no paramos, la cerveza en la hielera la enfriamos y aunque lleguen los azules nosotros no nos calmamos.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you guys for having me.
Remember that you couldn't see those Bernie things. I don't know what.
I saw a couple, but I didn't get like the last 2 or 3.
Good job, Coronel. Way to step in, man.
It's your production, bro. You gotta go. I think you need to take some classes. You know who can help is someone with tech support.
I know. Do you know anybody that works in tech support?
I would know someone who can speak with tech support.
Yeah, I might. They charge a lot though. They're like a mechanic. They charge $200 an hour. You gotta be careful.
A consultation fee.